across beds, hearts and bucks.
Nana Akua,
BBC Three Counties Radio.
So hello, good evening. It's the Health and Wellbeing Show. This is something that is pretty interesting, because if you are someone or you know someone who lives with a potential life-threatening condition, then this may be of interest to you. A small national charity, they're based in Milton Keynes. Now, they provide an emergency service with immediate access to the medical information of its members, all of whom live with potential life-threatening conditions. Joining me now to find out more about this is Kirsten Giles. She's the CEO of the charity MedicAlert. Hello, welcome to the show.
Hello, Nana.
Hello. So, first of all, tell me a bit about how this works. What is it exactly?
Well, I think, as you just said, people with medical conditions and allergies are often nervous about leaving their homes, being active and taking part in community activities and sports. Obviously, all these things are really important to their health and the quality of their lives. We provide people with confidence and peace of mind by ensuring that their medical details would be available in the event of an accident or emergency. So a comprehensive medical record is only a phone call away, and the vital medical information that would be immediately needed in an emergency is on a medical ID, which is usually a bracelet or a necklace, clearly marked with the MedicAlert symbol, which is an internationally recognised symbol.
I think I've seen that. What is it? Red and white?
It can be red. It's basically a snake with a sword.
Yeah,
a snake wrapped around a sword. Yeah.
Why? Why is it a snake wrapped around a sword?
To be honest, I don't know. I think it's an old sort of apothecary sign which says, there's some medical information available. So that's something that pretty much all of the emergency services would recognise that and would look. And the reason it's a bracelet or a necklace is because medical professionals are taught to check pulse points in the event of an emergency. So obviously that would be around on the neck or on a wrist, which is why that's where they're worn, and then they would be spotted.
Yeah, and you've got one. Is it just big? There you go. And you don't have a life-limiting condition.
I don't. I wear this so that I can explain to people what I do. It's incredibly useful. And you can see I've got a lovely gold one. We make our own medical IDs. Gold? It is real gold.
Very nice.
So we have everything from very, very cost-effective stainless steel ones, and lots of different types. Some of them are water resistant. Some of them can be washed. The most important thing about them is that our members want to wear them, enjoy wearing them, and feel that they look good on them, and that's a very personal thing. So we try and keep a range so there's something that would suit everybody. And if you have to wear one all the time, sometimes people like to have one that's a precious metal, so we do gold and silver.
What about copper?
No, we don't do
copper. A lot of people like those copper bracelet things. They say that they apparently have some properties that help with healing or something.
Right. No, we don't do copper.
Yeah, think about copper. Some people like copper ones.
Okay, I'll mention it to the jeweller.
No, that's true. Some people wear these like copper ones, and apparently that helps with arthritis and all sorts of things. I don't know if there's any truth in it at all, but that's what I hear.
Yeah.
So on this bracelet, what does it say? Because your one's got something written on it.
Yes.
But what would it tell me?
It would on the back. It would have their membership number. So every one of our members has a unique membership number, and our 24/7 emergency number. And if a medical professional calls that number, quotes the membership number, once we've verified them, then the full medical record is available to them.
How immediate is that?
That's immediate.
And where does it go then if it's immediate? So as a medical professional, they call you. Does it come up on a computer or on a thing, or where does it?
So they would be spoken to over the phone.
So they're just told
we can email them details. So we get called by hospitals, by paramedics, by police, and various. Lots of different reasons why we might be called. So some of our members have dementia or Alzheimer's. They may have wandered off, so that would be helpful in returning them home, because obviously, so the kind of details we keep, personal details, including the emergency contacts that they would want people to be called, but also all their medication, all their medical conditions, implants, history, and we also keep records of documents. So they might be clinical reports or advanced directive type documents. So if somebody has wishes about that they want to be taken into account towards the end of their lives, and that's been a very interesting subject. It's been debated recently. It's really important that that's accessible to the medical profession.
I see. And with this, so you as a service, you actually are an information service ultimately. You don't provide any care in the sense, but you provide this information 24/7.
We do. I do have some lovely nurses who work for me, and they check all the medical details. So if you were to join us, what you would do is you would complete your medical record, and you can either do that online or you can call one of our member service advisors, who are a lovely group of people, very experienced dealing with our members, and they would fill the record in with you on the end of a phone, and then that's checked in every instance by a nurse. So new members would have the whole record checked. Existing members, unfortunately, a lot of people who are unwell, their conditions change, their medications change, so they would call up and update the record. It's very important that it's up to date.
Yeah, that's quite important. Yes,
it is, and all those changes would then be checked by one of our nurses before they're processed.
I see. And I'm presuming because of this, does that mean that you are a national and international type service?
Yeah.
Even though you're based in Milton Keynes, anyone can get involved or join because it's all online, really.
Yeah, it's all online. So we support, our members come from the UK and Ireland, but the service supports you around the world. So the 24/7 emergency line is available from anywhere, and we have a translation service into 100 different dialects and languages. So if you happen to be in another part of the world, we can find somebody that speaks the language of the person that's caring for you.
So if I was going to join, would I simply just get in touch with you? Do I need to pay something, or?
Yes, we do. We make a membership charge, which is a nominal fee just to cover the service that we provide. But we're also very keen to support people that can't afford it. And our existing members often make additional donations on top of the fee that we ask them for, which allows us to support people who are less able to pay for it themselves.
I see. So and this fee you only pay once, or is it some membership that you carry on paying?
Yeah, it's an annual subscription, which works out at, if you pay by direct debit, it's £29.50 a year.
So that seems perfectly reasonable for something that could potentially save your life.
Indeed. Yeah. And there are examples, of people whose lives have been saved. We've had a case study on our on our website at the moment of it's an old one, and the gentleman involved was very kind and sent us some BBC video, in fact, from an old Panorama programme. But he's a haemophiliac who also was allergic to penicillin, and he had a car crash, and it's possible that without his MedicAlert ID he wouldn't have got the treatment that saved his life.
And the emergency services are trained to look for these things first before administering medications and things like that.
They are. So that, as I say, that's one of the initial checks that they would make, would be to look at to check pulse points for vital signs, and that's when they would spot them. And part of their training is to look for medical IDs, which give them that first. So there's a number of things, very many things that would be helpful. So, for example, if you have any kind of a heart implant, it's really important that a medical professional dealing with you knows it's there, because there's no visibility on the outside.
The bracelet itself doesn't say anything about the condition at all, just simply a number and...
it will have condition details, but obviously very few, because it's a relatively small...
So the most important one, so if someone's allergic to penicillin will be on there.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
so
of course, because I'm thinking
to medication,
you'd have to treat them very quickly. Then how soon can you get this information?
Yes. So the critical stuff is on the back of the bracelet.
Okay.
And the judgment as to what's critical is made by our medical professionals, the nurses that work with us, who are very experienced at identifying what would a professional medic need to know in an emergency. So depending on what's wrong with you, they'll help to prioritise what should be on the back of your bracelet.
That sounds great. It sounds like a really good idea. And so far, how many people have you got who use this particular service?
So currently we have, I think, just under 45,000 members.
It's quite a few, isn't it?
Yes.
For a little company in Milton Keynes going...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And you get a lot of people saying that this has been quite effective and potentially life-saving.
Yes, I think there are examples of where it's saved lives. I have to say that, fortunately, emergencies are few and far between. And I think the main benefit for our members is the peace of mind that it provides to them and their family, that they would be safe in the event of an emergency, which then makes them feel able to go out and do whatever it is, that would make their lives fuller, which could include, walking to the shops or being generally active and engaging in community events and sports and things like that. Interesting.
If people want to find out more, interested in getting this bracelet, where can they go?
So our website is MedicAlert, which is all one word, MedicAlert, ALERT.org.uk, or they can call one of our fantastic team of member service advisors on 01908 951 045, and they would be happy to explain more and help you to enrol as a member.
Well, listen, thank you so much for explaining that to us. It's very clear to me now how these work, Kirsten, and hopefully if anyone's listening and you have a life-limiting condition or a life-threatening condition, then this could potentially save your life. Thank you so much to Kirsten for joining me. She's there for MedicAlert. Find out more on their website. Still to come, we'll be asking you this